River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Niner Nuts. I am Indiana Dan here with Easy E, and still no James, no Mr. Jimmy B this week. He is still on his European excursion, but rest assured, we are still here with you to do a parlay since we only got 3 more left, including this one. Divisional weekend is this weekend. Apologies again for not giving you any betting insight for wildcard weekend. I already expressed what was going on last week, and thank you for your patience on that again. But don't have to dredge that up again. Mr. Easy E, how are you doing? By the way, get on the mic.
I'm good. I don't think anybody was probably too sad to miss out on our picks though, Dan, given our track record so far this year.
Yeah, we didn't. We have yet to have that big pop like we did last year. We had that big pop week 1 on a complete fluke. I will admit though, I didn't tell the story on Mike. I did hit on Juwan Jennings having the longest touchdown. I think it was against the Bears, but I reached out to DraftKings because I didn't get the payout, and apparently I just didn't hit the right toggle to have that be king of the end zone. So I still won $10, but it wasn't a king of the end zone one. So, but from what you told me, I would have had to have used that entire on one bet, which I'm kind of okay with.
Yeah, they give you whatever your chunk is. Say you get I think I got $87 one time, whatever. So you get an $87 credit, or not credit, but another one of those toggle bets, basically.
A singular toggle bet.
Yeah, and you get to use that on one of your bets. But I mean, it's free money. You try to turn $87 into something else. So
yeah, it would have been 114 and change, or 113 and change, something like that.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't know. No love lost on that one. I don't know. I'm mildly turned off by that I had to use it all on one instead of just having bank credit, whatever. But
no. They don't just give you $113 extra.
That's here nor there. They do not sponsor the show, which is a good time for our disclaimer.
Yeah, throw the disclaimer out.
Yes, DraftKings does not sponsor us. We just really, really like them for our betting lines. And please pay attention to the disclaimer. We're just a bunch of idiots on the internet. This is for fun. We are not financial advisors. Call 1-800-GAMBLER if you need to. That's enough to keep us out of trouble, right?
Probably, yeah. I'd say so.
Okay, here we go. Now we have our ticket up here. Technical glitch aside, let's talk about it here. The Rams going to Chicago. This is the last game of Sunday at 6:30, the Peacock game, and we have. You'll notice, people, if you didn't know already, 3 teams of the NFC West are here in the playoffs on the NFC side, and the Bears are the one team that's not. Excuse me. They are the number 2 seed, and oh my God, I'm so excited for this game. Not just because it's the Bears and that's my dad's team. That, of course, is part of it. But the Rams, they really, really had to fight for it on the road against the Panthers, a team that gave them a headache the last time they played them and actually lost. But this time the Rams squeaked it out. And then the Bears, in the cardiac bear fashion, that is their nickname this year, they had to pull out 25 points in the fourth quarter against the Packers, who I don't know if they forgot how to play football or if it really was adjustments, but they had to win their game in their own dramatic fashion as well. So now they're going against each other, the Rams and the Bears. For our picks in this game, Matthew Stafford still tearing it up in his MVP style, even with his bum finger, he will get 2 touchdowns against this Bears defense that is very, very, very susceptible to the air. Caleb Williams going over 180. Remind me, was that adjusted or was that like the line?
No, that was adjusted.
Okay. Going against a very, very stiff defense. But again, these Bears just figure it out, and a lot of it is on the arm of Caleb Williams. We also have Puka Nacua getting 6+ catches, which is very, very, very likely without Devontae Adams likely playing again and just being the number 1 receiver. He was only number 2 in receiving yards behind JSN because Puka was out for, 4 games, I think it was. And then I champion throwing this in there, DJ Moore. He is pumped. This is the first time he's been on a very successful team. He had a touchdown last week. Caleb is surely going to hit him in the end zone again in this game. I'm very, very confident in this. Who's going to come out on top of this one? I don't know. The Rams are very, very good, and the Bears are clutch in the fourth quarter, even if they're down 25-3 or whatever that score was. I really don't know. This one should be a -1 spread because I know the next game we're talking about was a -1 spread, but I'd imagine the Rams are probably favored. But I really don't know. I'm going to cop out. I don't know who's going to win this game. What do you think about this?
Well, I mean, as far as our bets go, I think all of them are, have a good chance to hit. I mean, Stafford's, likely going to throw for a couple of touchdowns if the Rams are going to win. And then, Caleb Williams throwing for 180+ yards. I think the original line was at 220. So we altered it down 40 yards to kind of factor in for that Rams defense. Puka getting 6 receptions. That should be pretty simple if, the Rams are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And then, DJ Moore getting that anytime TD score, you threw that in there. So I think that's a good option as well. As far as the game overall, I mean, the weather looks like it's going to be a really big factor in this particular scenario. I just looked it up, and, in the evening, it says it's going to be 2 degrees with a real field temperature of -23. So there's going to be wind of 21 miles an hour up to gusts of 40 miles an hour.
Oh, Jesus.
And possibly like a little sprinkling of snow. So, I mean, that's crazy.
I thought the game James and I went to was cold. It wasn't that cold. Holy crap.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a real factor for weather in this particular game. And I think that favors the Bears. I don't think that the Rams are going to be prepared for that. I don't think they're going to really like playing in that weather. And I don't think they're going to be prepared for it. So I think that the Bears can win this game. I think they've sort of just had that luck about them all season long. I think that the Rams have shown that they are vulnerable based upon how they played against Carolina last week. And the Bears were better than Carolina.
The Rams kind of just barely survived the back half of the season too.
Yeah. I didn't know Adams was hurt.
He didn't play last week unless I'm mistaken. I'll look it up real quick.
Oh no, Adams played last week for sure.
Okay, then he's not hurt, and I will retract that.
Okay.
What I said about that.
All right, so I know Adams played for sure last week. I saw him get the ball thrown to him.
Oh, then I retract my statement on that. Oh yeah, no, never mind. I was very wrong. I was 3 weeks outdated.
Okay. But I just think that the Bears, with the weather being involved and their ability to kind of close out close games, and the Rams sort of not being able to really do well in those sort of adverse conditions, I think the Bears have a real shot in this particular game. I don't know that I would take the Bears straight up, but I think the Bears are currently getting, I think it's 3.5 is the line. And I mean, if you're going to give me 3.5 points, I think I'm going to take the Bears in this particular scenario.
They definitely are better built for this. And just to further clarify, Devontae had 5 catches for 72 yards last week, so he had a pretty damn good game.
Yeah, and the line is still 3.5. So I mean, I think I would take the Bears in 3.5 and roll with them pulling off the upset and knocking the Rams out, especially given the weather.
They got some moxie to them too. Ben Johnson's really giving them an attitude and an edge, and
yeah,
they're the cardiac Bears. Like, really, if Caleb didn't dirt his pass, he would have beat us. Like,
yeah.
we gave him the opportunity, and I don't know, they're feeling themselves right now. And it's like in any sport, like baseball and hockey, where like the long run, these Bears, for the much shorter time span that football is, they're still feeling themselves at the right moment. And the Rams, I don't know, the weather is going to be bad. The Rams did very bad at the end of the season. They have the probable MVP, but at the same time, that weather is going to be a factor for sure when it's that bad, and that will favor the Bears.
New England would like words with you on the probable MVP.
I would not. If I was on, what's that one where you can bet in real life things?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, you could bet this on DraftKings though. I would still bet Matthew Stafford gets it over May.
I'm gonna look up to see who's favored while you're going on to the next game.
I'd be shocked if Matt Stafford didn't get it, but I mean, not that Drake May didn't deserve it. But anyway, we can save that for when we get to talk about them, which is not now, because the next game on our list is the 4:30 game on Saturday. This one is on Tony Romo's docket on CBS. It is the Bills going to Mile High in Denver. This one, we only have a couple picks on there. There was only a couple picks we were particularly confident on. It's just kind of, this one's going to be a nail biter, but at least it was at first. The Bills got some bad injury news on the wide receiver front. They've lost 2 wide receivers, both to ACL tears. So that's pretty bad. Their defense was already a little susceptible, and Josh Allen now has even more weight on his shoulders without 2 of his receivers.
Yes, he does.
So we want to win this ticket. So like it was finding a balance of like the picks we were confident in versus like too many, like, because if you have so many, one of them is going to be a fluke. But that's why there's only 3. We came to the conclusion that the safest bets on this are Josh Allen rushing for 25 yards, because that's that's very expected with Josh Allen being right behind Cooks as their number 1 running back, even though, yes, he had a breakout year. Josh Allen's going to throw a touchdown, probably to one of his tight ends, Knox or Kincaid. And then I really pushed for Courtland Sutton getting an anytime touchdown. This is, I believe, his first time in the playoffs. I don't think he's that old, because it's been 10 years since the Broncos were in the playoffs. But Courtland Sutton was pretty clutch. He was one of at least my only very consistent players on my fantasy team this year. Bo Nix loves targeting him in the red zone. So in the lights of prime time, when the Broncos really want to make a statement since they had last week off against the Bills, no less, I feel like Courtland Sutton's I feel like he's guaranteed to get a look in the end zone. But yeah, just those 3 picks: Josh Allen, 25 rushing and 1 pass touchdown, and a Courtland Sutton touchdown. If those injuries didn't happen with Buffalo, I don't know. I would be less optimistic to say the Broncos, because the Broncos are kind of like the Bears. They just pull it out of their ass and just make it happen with pretty much everyone they've had this year. As much as I want to believe that Josh Allen can carry this team himself to the Super Bowl, I don't know. I feel like, corny dad joke, pun intended, this mountain might be a little too difficult to climb, and Denver finds a way to pull this out. I don't know. This might be the end of the road for Buffalo. I just got a feeling. I got a feeling Denver's going to pull this out.
I agree with you. I don't think Buffalo is going to win this game. I think they're too injured to win this game. I don't think they've got enough weapons with all their receivers going down, and the Broncos defense is really good. Yeah. So I mean, like, Shakir is kind of their only viable receiver left, and they'll just stick Surtain on him and then wipe him out. And then that's going to leave Allen with his 2 tight ends to throw to. And I just don't think that's a viable solution for scoring enough and, marching down the field enough and opening things up enough for Cook.
And they'll bottle up James Cook. They'll sell out to keep him contained.
I would think so. That's why I didn't suggest him for the ticket. Normally I'm all about putting Cook on the ticket because he's pretty much a lock for, 70, 80 yards a game. And I wasn't going to touch that in this particular game. So I think it's just going to be too much for Josh Allen to overcome. I mean, I don't think that's any sort of a slight on him in any way. I mean, he's dinged up. He's got that bad foot that he's been battling through. So I just think that the Broncos are coming in healthier in this particular instance, a little bit better prepared, a little bit better suited for this game.
They're at home. They're used to this altitude. Who knows if Buffalo is – maybe Buffalo might not need that much adjustment to the altitude, but it seems like everybody needs to.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't think that Buffalo has the horses or the Buffaloes, I guess, to be able to pull it out in this particular instance. I just think that the Broncos are better suited across the board. Now, I mean, I don't think that the Broncos are a juggernaut by any stretch of the imagination. And if they win this game and they get to play either the Texans or the Patriots, I think that's going to provide a really big challenge for them because I don't think that they have a lot of offensive firepower. I think they really struggle to kind of generate a lot of offense on their own. But
inconsistent. They are incredibly inconsistent on offense.
Yeah. So I think that'll be a problem for them in the next round if they get there. But I think they'll be able to get past the Bills, and they are currently a 1.5 point favorite. So if it was up to me, I would
really.
I would take the Broncos at 1.5.
Oh, I would take that. It doesn't matter, money line or spread. Like, yeah, I would take that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think they're going to win this particular game, and it's kind of a shame because this is supposed to be Josh Allen's chance without Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs and without Lamar Jackson in the playoffs, without Joe Burrow in the playoffs. This is supposed to be his easy path to get to the Super Bowl, and I just think that unfortunately the team around him has gotten too injured at this point in time that he's just not going to be able to make it. So
it's a shame if they don't pull this off. That is going to be a shame because who knows next year? Like, yes, Patrick is going to probably start the year on IR unless he gets some. I don't know. Who knows if he consults with Aaron Rodgers' doctor, maybe he'll be ready week 1. But because it is just an ACL, not an Achilles. But I mean, I don't know. Who knows? This one's going to be really exciting to watch, though, to see if Denver keeps going. Just winner, like, I don't know. It's going to be. I will start accepting that, like, okay, maybe Denver just has Lady Luck on their side. And then if Buffalo wins, like, okay, Josh Allen's still Superman. So
yeah. I mean, I'll be watching this game.
Oh yeah, I'm watching all 4. And then we got the Natty on Monday, but we'll talk about that later. The next game is the first game on Sunday, 3:00. I get the times mixed up because there's only 4 games. This is the game that's on before our game. It is the Patriots hosting the Texans. You will have to remind me who's airing this game. I can't remember offhand.
This is on CBS, I believe.
Is this? Oh, okay.
Oh no, this is the ESPN ABC game.
Oh, okay. So Troy and Joe got this game. Okay. Yep. So the Texans just stunted the Chargers in embarrassing fashion. And actually, if you watch the highlights, like their offense was not doing very good until the floodgates broke. And they just dumped a bunch of points on them in the fourth quarter, kind of like the Bears game. So the box score is a little deceiving. The Texans still are not quite there on offense, but that defense clearly is carrying them and to spectacular degrees. But they are going to be going to a nice and cold New England where they are very balanced and very good on both sides of the ball. And they have a MVP front runner in Drake May. Oh my gosh, Mike Vrabel might win his second Coach of the Year award. I would not be surprised if he did, honestly. Like, yeah, because I've given up the pipe dream that Kyle's actually going to win it.
Right? Yeah, yeah, no chance.
Vrabel makes sense. But no, this game. I'm repeating myself. All these games should be fantastic. Drake May's had. I don't know. They've had a really special season in New England, to the dismay of all of us who still have very vivid nightmares of the evil empire. Yeah. But the Texans have too. They kind of started out dead in the water, like what, 3 and or no, they were like 1-3, 1-4, and then they ended up or maybe even it was 1-5 at the worst. And then they're on this hot winning streak and they made it in the playoffs against all odds.
Yeah.
This is going to be a really good one. Our New England insider, who will still remain anonymous for now, he during the Texans and Steelers game, he was like, "Oh God, I don't want to face the Texans. I really want Aaron to pull this off," and he didn't.
No, he did not.
But no, it was. It's going to be something if Drake May can handle how good this defense is, because the pessimist could say the Patriots had a little bit of a cupcake like we did scheduling wise, but still, as long as their defense can keep this stagnant Houston offense stagnant, I think they can pull this off. Honestly, like, who's going to win this? I think New England's still going to end up winning this, but that's only because I don't think CJ Stroud can handle the road aspect of playing against New England. If it was in Houston, maybe, but being in New England and it's cold and that defense is not mediocre, like, it's good. I'm not knowledgeable enough to say better than that, but that defense should be good enough to keep CJ Stroud off the field. So Drake May keeps getting opportunities to make the Texans defense tired, and it won't be a blowout by any means. But what's on the actual ticket, getting to that now, CJ Stroud throwing at least one interception seems like a guarantee on the road because, again, this offense is not that good. Stephon Diggs getting fed 4 catches seems realistic, and so does Christian Kirk being fed 4 catches. Kirk is hands down the best weapon on that Texans offense. But that is all we have for the picks on that. What do you think about this game?
Well, this is one of the games that I'm least confident in, just because I really haven't watched the Patriots play much at all this season.
They are very good. I can spoiler alert. They are very good.
Yeah. But I have seen the Texans play a few times, and the Texans defense is just sickening how good it is. So, I just wonder how the Patriots are going to be able to move the ball and score against them. But I think you kind of hit on one of the things that's going to end up being a key to the whole thing, is that I don't think that the Texans offense is going to be able to do enough to keep their defense off the field. And so I think that you're right. I think that probably in the first half of this game is probably going to be pretty close. And then in the second half of the game, that Texans defense is going to get worn out, and the Patriots are going to end up putting up a couple of touchdowns or a touchdown field goal or a couple field goals or something like that on them, and extending the score and breaking away, because the Texans are without Nico Collins, who's their best receiver. He's in concussion protocol. He wasn't at practice today. You couldn't put him in a ticket, so he's probably not playing. So that's a big weapon that they're down. And their offense has just been very inconsistent all season long. And I just think that in this particular instance, I don't know what the weather's going to be like in New England. I should look that up. But I mean, I just think that I think that you're probably right on kind of the way that it's going to go, is that it'll be close for a half, and then the Patriots will pull away in the second half.
It'll be a reversal of what happened with the Texans against the Steelers. I realized I was mixing up my wild card games there earlier. The Texans and the Steelers was very close until the floodgates finally opened and Houston just steamrolled them. So that box score is kind of deceiving. And then the New England Patriots, if you don't remember, by that box score, it was pretty damn close. They didn't run over the Chargers because that defense did stymie May a little bit for most of the game, but the Patriots defense did more to stun, pun intended, Justin Herbert, because they only scored 3 points. So it didn't matter. Yeah. 16-3. They held the Chargers to 3 points. So a subpar offense, the New England defense can handle. Will it? And I imagine it's going to end up being like that game again with New England on top, just because they'll be out there on the field more. It's gonna. I'd be shocked if it didn't mirror the Chargers game.
Yeah, I would say you're probably right. I think maybe the Texans might score a little bit more, and so the Patriots might have to score a little bit more. Like it might be like 20-10 or something like that, or maybe 17-10 or 17-9 or something weird like that. But I think it's going to be something like that. I just don't think that the Texans are going to be able to generate enough offense and to be able to keep up. And New England is favored by 3 in that particular game. Now, I would not take the points in that particular game just because I think that it could end up being really close. But but I still think Patriots are going to win.
Yeah, same. Like, have to make a pick. I would pick New England. So, all that said, we've talked about the Bears, how you've convinced me that the Bears could pull this off, and oh my God, I would love that to happen.
Yeah.
Broncos are probably going to pull it off against the Bills, and the Patriots probably are going to pull it off against the Texans, to the dismay of the fans all the credit in the world to that defense and D'Amico Ryans. That defense is insane.
Yes, it is.
So now that leaves us with our game. We are going to Seattle.
I just saw the payout.
Yeah. This payout's stupid. This is amazing. If all these hit.
Yeah, that'd be great. Good luck. Oh boy.
I wonder what the cash out will be if we actually hit on Saturday. Like if it'll be half of that, or if it's still only be like, we'll cash you out at $1,000. When that's the payout? No.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But no, we are the Saturday primetime game at 8:00, and we will have the Fox crew. We'll have Tony and Tom Brady. Kevin and Tom. I said, yeah, Kevin and Tom will be talking about us again, which is funny. But yeah, why not? Going to Seattle again, round 3.
Yeah.
We decided that Brock Purdy is going to have a better game than the last go around, hit 200 passing yards. JSN, he's going to hit 80 yards at least. He didn't hit 100 yards like every week in the end of the season like he was, but he did hit 80 yards against us the last time, being at home, hitting 80 yards again. Seems very realistic. Juwan Jennings, 25. That one you should pit. This one you should have put on almost every ticket. Like Juwan Jennings, at least 25 yards. As kind of spotty as it is to pick 49ers receivers, because remember when we had Kendrick Bourne going off for 2 weeks? And then, of course, our go-to Christian McCaffrey, not only 90, not crossing the century mark. We want to win this ticket, so we have him at 90 total yards between rushing and receiving. We didn't throw a spread. We didn't pick a winner on this one. We don't want to jinx anything. We want to win this ticket too, first and foremost. But
yeah, especially now that I see that payout, I want to win this ticket really bad.
With we already talked about it on the earlier episode this week on Tuesday, but I am a little nervous about this game even still, but you made some very, very compelling points. If you want to reiterate some of them, if people missed on our Tuesday episode.
Yeah, sure. I mean, one of the key things that I think let's talk about the bets first. I mean, Purdy hitting over 200 yards, and if the 49ers are going to win this game, Purdy's going to have to throw for over 200 yards. Not going to win if he doesn't do that.
Absolutely.
JSN getting 80 yards. I mean, that just seems like that's probably a given. Even as much as we're going to try to slow him down, he's just so good. And Darnold's going to feed him the ball. So, I mean, he'll probably get to 80, no problem. I mean, we haven't shut down a team's number one receiver very often so far this season. And, if you think of a guy like, Puka, who's probably the second best receiver in the NFL, or number one, depending on how you look at it. I mean, he gets his 100 yards every game too. So, I mean, JSN is going to get his. Juwan getting 25. He should pull that off. I mean, even if Ricky plays this week, Juwan should still be able to get the ball and, get a couple of catches and get to 25 pretty easily. And then Christian getting 90 plus combined rushing and receiving. If we're going to win this game, he's going to have to get to 90 plus, or we're not going to win. It's just that simple. We're not going to win if he's under that kind of a number. So we're betting that without saying that the Niners are win, we're going to bet that the Niners are going to win. So
yes, the road team has won both previous games this season. We won in Seattle week 1. Seattle killed us in week 2 or at week 18. And now 2 weeks later, if history repeats itself, like, it's very hard to beat somebody twice, let alone 3 times. So of course, this series is split, so we can't go off of that. So I don't know. I'm clinging on to the hope that the road team wins again, because then the streak continues and Kyle never gets lower than the NFC Championship game in his playoff runs with us, which would be astounding.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, another thing to keep in mind is, in both games that we played the Seahawks this season, we kept them to 13 points. Now, in the second game, I don't remember everything about the first game, but I know in the second game, they missed 2 field goals. But, that means that we still held them to field goal range. As opposed to getting into the end zone. So, I mean, that's the whole point, is you're supposed to, hold them to field goal range, and then obviously hope they block or hope they miss or you block it or whatever. So, I mean, you're doing your job there, but we held them to 13 points in both games. Obviously, we only scored 3 in the second game, but I really feel like the 3 points in the second game, I really feel like that was just more of a function of our offense just not running smoothly and not functioning well. We were missing Trent. We were missing Ricky. We were down a couple other starters on defense as well. And we just weren't able to stop the run against Seattle in that second game. And we allowed them to control the time of possession. We allowed them to control the clock. We allowed them to convert all those third downs. And, offensively on our side, we just didn't do those things. Now, was that just because we didn't have Trent? Maybe, hopefully. Was it because we didn't have Ricky to stretch the field and create some spacing for our passing? Well, maybe, hopefully, we'll see. I think Ricky's going to play this week. We'll see if that's true or not. He says he's going to play, so we'll see. But I just think that this is a different 49ers team coming in this time to Seattle. It's more akin to the team that played week 1 minus Kittle, unfortunately. But Kittle only played a quarter and a half, or no, a half a quarter the first game. So, I mean, we didn't really have Kittle for the first game either. So, I mean, I think this is a team that can come in and score, 20-ish points, maybe 23 points, similar to what we did against the Eagles. And if the defense can do what they've done both times against the Seahawks and hold them under 20 points, this is a winnable game. So I'm not particularly worried about this game in any way, shape, or form. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm hoping that it's not a blowout. I think if it's a blowout, there is a world that I can see where it's a Seahawks just demolition for some reason, where they just come out like the 49ers basically spent all the juice that they had last week, against the Eagles, and that was it, and that was all that they had. And so, I mean, the Seahawks just come out and smash them like 31-10 or something like that. I mean, I can see a world and where that happens, but I don't think that that's going to happen. I really think the 49ers have a chance in this game, and I really think the 49ers can win.
You're giving me hope. You are definitely giving me hope. All those points make logical sense. Like there's just something in this where like these two specific teams, no one like fully takes advantage of each other to the point where like this, it shows on the scoreboard. It's within grasp for both of them, both times that we played each other, because the game was decided by less than 7 in both times. And
the first game was decided by a Nick Bosa sack strip fumble with the Seahawks on like the 15-yard line or something like that.
Yeah. And I remember there was an opportunity. It was the drive that I realized that like the Seahawks were going to lose. It was somewhere in the fourth quarter. They decided to do like 2 trick plays in the same drive, and it blew up. Both of them blew up in their face. And I was like, okay, they're getting a little too cute. Like they don't want to win this game that much, or they don't think that we're going to take advantage when we get the ball back. But then here in the second game, like you were saying, we just weren't executing. If that one pass was caught by Christian, and kept that drive alive, like even if it resulted in a kick, that's points, which we got 3 and that was it. If we got to 6, or if we were there and got to 10, how big of a pendulum swing that would have been momentum wise. We could have, I mean, maybe we would have still lost by 3 or less, but no, these two, there's there is reason to believe, and I will still be nervous as hell and sweating
Oh yeah,
Saturday,
whoa, yeah,
uh, but no, Tonjes is just as good a tight end in terms of the passing game. You can't replace Kittle in the blocking game. Defensively, we should do a hell of a lot better in the run game. The way that Wallow and Kendricks played, like they looked fantastic in the middle,
yeah,
especially for how little time they've spent on the field with us.
yeah.
It could there are reasons there. I don't want to get my hopes too high for the heartbreak, but there are valid reasons to not assume we're just going to get killed in this game, and you're pointing out quite a few of them.
They're playing for a lot of motivation too, because I mean, all signs point to Fred coming back next week if they make it that far. So I mean,
Yes,
they're playing for a lot of motivation for that too. I mean, these guys.
he is
know,
out this week. He is out this week. He was practicing, but they deemed him out today as of January 15th.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of motivation there too. They're playing for him to come back and play next week as well. So I mean, that's on the line for them also. So I mean, there's a lot that they have motivating them. I mean, I think they want to come back and get a little bit of revenge for that last game. And like I said, I think that they really feel like they just didn't play to their standard. I don't feel like I don't feel like the Seattle defense. I mean, I think the Seattle defense is good.
Yeah,
It's a good defense. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think that the Seattle defense was so good that our offense can't overcome it. I just don't think that's the case. Like the Texans defense when we played against them, our defense was great.
yeah,
There was nothing that we could do against that defense.
yeah. That was bad. That was a bad outing for us.
Yeah, there was nothing we could do against that defense. They had everything covered, and the way that they matched up against us was just bad, and it was just not a good situation. But the Seattle defense, I mean, okay. I mean, they're good, but I mean, I just think we just need to execute better. I think if we execute better and we have Trent back and we have Ricky back, I think that we're going to be all go on the offensive side of the ball, and I think that's going to make all the difference in the world. And I think if we can get to 24 points, I'm going to say 24 points. I think if we get to 24 points, I think we win.
Gotta get higher than 17 because 17 is our.
Oh God! Don't put me on 17 points.
17 is our Achilles heel. That's
Yeah, I don't want to be on 17 points. 17 points is bad. So, but I think if we can get to 24 points, I think we can win. I mean, I think the defense just has to slow that. We talked a lot about it on the last episode. You know but for the sake of people that aren't avid, if you're not an avid listener and an avid watcher of the show, you got to watch every episode or you miss key things like this. But
exactly.
they've got to really slow down the run game of the Seahawks. We contrasted that a lot in the last episode about how in the first game we held the Seahawks to, I think it was like 70 or 80 yards total rushing, and then in the second game they had like 180 total yards rushing or something like that. So
it was we noticed so many of those things. It was the time of possession, third down conversions, rushing yards, penalties not so much, but penalties too for what they're worth.
yeah,
It was all inverted.
yeah.
Whoever ran more control, and when you run more, you can control the clock better. That's a given. And yeah, that's how we won the first time and they won the second time. You owned the ball and you ran really well.
Yeah. So the 49ers have got to come out. They've got to establish some dominance on offense, which means they've got to run the ball, even when it's uncomfortable and even when they don't want to. But they've got to have some success doing it. They can't just run into a brick wall the entire time. They've got to be able to move those bodies up front and allow Christian to get at least 2.5, 3 yards on a carry. I mean, he can't be running into the line and getting 1 or 0 yards to carry. I mean, you just can't do that. But they've got to run and they've got to stick with the run and they've got to get Christian, probably, I don't know, 15 running touches, probably something like that. They've got to get him at least 15 carries, maybe more if they're having really success. And yeah, they just got to dominate on the run game and hold off Seattle's rushing game. Put the ball in Darnold's hands. Make him beat us. If I get beat by Sam Darnold in this game, then fine.
The
Then
first time that Sam Darnold wins in the playoffs.
Yeah, then fine. Then I get beat by Sam Darnold, and I'll take my loss, and it'll suck, but I'll be like, well, we did what we were supposed to do. We held their running game to 50, 60 yards, but Sam Darnold threw for 250 yards and 3 touchdowns. Well, there you go. I mean, so be it. I mean, that's fine. You can't stop both the run and the pass, most likely. Our defense is not going to be able to do that. Yeah. So, I mean, if you can hold the game and put the ball in Darnold's hands, because as we did on the last episode, Darnold hasn't even thrown for 200 yards in either of these 2 games, either the first week or the last week.
No touchdowns either.
Yeah, no touchdowns, no 200 yards. So he's not doing anything in either of these games other than just throwing the ball to JSN a few times and letting him do all the work. So, I mean, put the ball in his hands, make him make mistakes. He led the NFL in turnovers as a quarterback, I believe. He had 20-some turnovers this season. I'd love to be able to get some pressure on him because it seems like that if you touch him, he's going to fumble the ball away. So if we can get any sort of pressure on him, he'll give us the ball.
That means our league worst pass rush actually gets to him.
Yes.
And we were the worst pass rush by a good margin.
Yes. So I don't know how Salah is going to make that magically happen. Maybe he blitzes, maybe he doesn't. I don't know, but whatever. But if we can get to Darnold and touch him, it sounds like he'll give up the ball. So, you know, we just need to put pressure on him, make him uncomfortable. And he'll throw picks. I mean, we just got to catch him. But he'll throw picks. And so make him beat us. Like I said, if we get beat by Darnold, fine. But I don't want to get beat by Charbonnet and friggin' Walker just running the ball up and down the field like what happened in week 18. That's just infuriating.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
My prediction, 24 20 Niners.
I like that. I like that it's going to be under 30. I think it will be you know what? 24 sounds right. I think 24 sounds right. I'm going to think though that we do manage to get a solid touchdown. I will go slightly lower. I will go 24-17. We hold the Seahawks to our dreaded 17.
All right.
I think honestly, like you saying that score, I would not be surprised if it was that close, less than 7. But you will be the under. I will be exactly 7.
Then you will push on your bet because the Seahawks are favored by 7 currently.
Hey.
So, which I would take the Niners and the 7 points if I was given the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, for sure. I think with that, it is a good time here to take a moment to give a shout out to one of our new sponsors of the show who gave us this cool little video. Hope you all enjoy. Yes, we are sponsored by the Columbus Lions of the AAL. This is what comes up when you check them out on their website, columbuslions.net. Tomorrow, before the games kick off, if you are in the area, can go try out to see if you have what it takes to be a Columbus Lion. So if you want to do that, ample opportunity right there. Otherwise, you can come on here, see what's going on in the off season, take a look at their VIP suites there. Follow their news. You can get some more info about the AAL as well. We will be having AAL content on the Shady Sports Network. Keep an eye out for that. We will give them a little bit of shout out. Look at their merch. Look at that. That is a dope hat.
Is it really National Hat Day?
Yes, that is real. Separate from this ad. Yes, it is National Hat Day.
Oh, I wish I'd have known I wore a hat.
Minor League Baseball posted their 10 best-selling hats from last year, and the Moon Mammoth was number 1.
Yeah!
No surprise.
Yeah!
I contributed to that for sure. But back to the Lions. All their socials are here. I already said, but we will have AAL content here on Shady Sports Network. And just one last reminder, go try out for them tomorrow. If you're listening to this the day it drops, Saturday, the 17th, go spend your morning with them. See what you got. See if you got what it takes to be a Lion. Oh, and actually, here we go. It looks like the Lions uncaged their schedule back in November. I apologize for missing that. You can go ahead and start planning for their games this spring between April and June. It's all right there. And if you need more information about them as well, of course, follow them on social media. And this is, again, their website, columbuslions.net. We thank them very much for being a sponsor of the show. And yeah, just go Lions. Good luck here in the next couple months. Hope you have a great season. So with that, we have just a very brief moment. I want to just we will have plenty of offseason to address everything that's changing in the free agency and whatnot, but the coaching carousel, I said on Tuesday, we had to touch a little bit on it today. We've had some updates on it. The biggest story from it so far, I think, is the fact that we have both coaches who were the longest tenured in the league have stepped away. It was a mutually parting of the ways, so to say, aka firing of John Harbaugh and a stepping down of Mike Tomlin. You can read into that as like seeing the writing on the walls, hearing all the noise, like. But the Steelers and the Ravens are looking for a new coach, as well as the Browns. So the only team that didn't fire their coach in the AFC North is the one that I would argue needed a new coach the most. But they doubled down and they're sticking with that doofus Zach Taylor. So just this is a real, like, where were you? Like, I know where I was when I saw Tom Brady retired. Where I remember where I was still when Peyton Manning went to the Broncos. This is a big deal. This is a big day seeing, because I was in high school when these two were hired in 07 and 08, and we've seen them hit the mountaintop, and we've seen just consistency. They were always going to be there. They always had great seasons typically, and they set a standard of professionalism that don't really see that much in the league, like, because so many teams turn over so often. It's very rare for even like us going on. Next year will be 10 years of Kyle. That's rare in itself. But 18 and 19 years between Tomlin and Harbaugh in Baltimore and Pittsburgh. This is a real changing of the guards for them. They haven't had to look for coaches for almost 2 decades. And
yeah,
I was talking to my wife about it, and I was texting you guys about it. I thought Harbaugh needed to be fired. Like, even my Patriots insider friend, I told him, like, I can't see them firing him, but they need to have the conversation that 26 is it. But then they did it, and I commend the Ravens, like, because that's not an easy thing to do, especially given his tenure. And then same thing with Mike Tomlin. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have argued as much about Tomlin getting fired. I wouldn't have argued as strongly if it was one or the other. I would have picked Harbaugh, but you can see a lot of the same things that were going on in Pittsburgh, just being stagnant. You were always a 9-win, 10-win, maybe an 11-win team, laughed out of the playoffs in the first round, and it's been going on for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, you're consistent, but consistency can be stagnation.
Yeah.
And I am very surprised at both of these, just because, again, it's their tenure, but Yeah, I'm sure there's Steelers fans out there that are very, very ecstatic for this, and I don't know. I'll speak for myself on the Ravens. Because that one I felt more strongly about. If I would have gone to bat and said like, yo, like you have a 2-time MVP, you made one AFC championship, you haven't made it to a Super Bowl. Your defense is bipolar week to week. They play down to people. Like it seemed like there was a lack of discipline the last couple of years and a lack of consistency. Funny word to use, but it just wasn't working. And it's okay. It's okay. It wasn't working. Change is necessary sometimes. What do you think about both of these firings?
Well, I mean, Colin quit, so he didn't get fired. I guess. I mean, Harbaugh getting fired. I mean, I guess. I mean, maybe he had just kind of run his course there. I mean, that team kind of hadn't really done anything for a couple of seasons now, and not making the playoffs. Although he was without Lamar for like 5 games this season, so I don't really know what you want him to do in that particular instance. But I mean, I thought he did a really good job coaching the team up once Lamar came back to get him going and have him right on the edge of getting. I mean, he was a Tyler Loop kick away from being in the playoffs. I mean,
you don't believe the Ravens owner saying that he was going to get fired no matter what?
No, not at all. I don't believe that for a second. So no, if he goes to the playoffs, then they would have played the Texans. I would think that the Ravens had a much better chance to beat the Texans than the Steelers did. If they somehow beat the Texans and they're in the next round of the playoffs, he's not firing Harbaugh after getting to the divisional round of the playoffs. He's not firing him. It's ridiculous. So I don't believe that for a second. But I mean, at some point in time, I guess you just got to shake things up. Maybe Lamar said he didn't want him there anymore. I don't know. I mean, maybe there was a lot of talk around the locker room about Harbaugh's message is kind of worn out its welcome or something like that. I don't know. I agree with you that they were really inconsistent the last couple of years in terms of how they played. Instead of every season they kind of came out as one of those teams that they should have just sort of smashed teams into the ground, and they never really. Every now and then they would smash a team into the ground, but then every now and then they would play a team and you were like, what the heck is going on in this game? The Ravens are doing terrible, and it was just very confusing. So I guess he's moving on. He's going to the Giants now, so hopefully he'll be happy there. He's got some talent there, I think, that he can work with and make things happen there, and try to see what he can do in a big market with some big market money.
Giants have some pieces. Malik Neighbors, Brian Burns, Amir Abdullah, Jackson Dart's good. I won't use the word great for Cam Scabadoo yet. Yes. I won't use the word great on him. Yeah, he's a great personality, but they have pieces like the Giants. He's not starting from scratch with them.
No, and there'll be players in free agency and stuff like that, and he'll attract free agents because he's there. So I mean, I think that's good.
Yeah.
The Mike Tomlin thing to me is the more surprising one and the more shocking one. I was genuinely stunned that he stepped away. I mean, all the guy does is win. I mean, you can complain about it all that you want, but all he does is have winning football seasons. He's had 19 winning football seasons in a row. He's never missed the playoffs. I mean, I don't know what more you can ask.
Once. He missed the playoffs once in 19 years.
Oh, okay. So what was that, his first season?
I can't remember, but I saw a blurb.
It has to be because he has like this ridiculous streak where he's never missed the playoffs. So it must have been one season.
I saw a blurb that he only coached one regular season game where he was eliminated from the playoffs already.
Okay. So
which is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, give him his roses. I'm not saying don't give him his roses. He has records that will never be beaten.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's crazy to me that you would want to get rid of a guy who's going to get you into the playoffs every single year. I mean, that's just insane. I can open up the list and go through the teams, but I mean, there's at least 8 teams in the NFL that would would do jumping jacks and flips and somersaults and whatever else you asked him to do in a back alley behind a bar to get Tomlin to come coach their team. I mean, they would kill for that kind of production on a weekly basis. I mean, there's no way they wouldn't want that. So I mean, there's franchises that have never even sniffed the playoffs, let alone been there 18 seasons in a row.
Here we go. It's I wanted to make sure he did only coach one game. Going into it, he knew he was out of the playoffs. But he did ultimately make the playoffs only 13 of 19 times.
Okay.
Just to be the statistician nerd, only 13 times.
Okay. 13 out of 19 times he made the playoffs, but every 19 seasons he had a winning record.
Yeah, and he only got two Super Bowl appearances, one ring,
yeah.
But,
so I mean,
give rid of this bum.
And he's never really had a great quarterback. I mean, he had Roethlisberger for like a time there.
Big Ben was pretty damn good.
Big Ben belongs in the Hall of pretty good quarterbacks, but that's about it. So he's not going to go in the Hall of Fame anytime soon. Belongs in the Hall.
Sam, clip that.
So I mean,
that's awesome.
He's no Peyton Manning, he's no Tom Brady, he's no Drew Brees, he's no any of these guys. He's all right. So I mean, but I mean, Tomlin's done well. I mean, just look at the work that he's done the last 4 years since Roethlisberger's retired. I mean, he's had absolute crap at quarterback, and he's still managed to get this team to a winning record, and he's still managed to get his team to the playoffs. So I mean, I don't know if that's not good enough for your team and that's not good enough for your city, then I don't know what you really are asking. Now, I mean, now it does suck that he's been, to the playoffs the last, I think 6 years in a row, and he's been a one and done. I mean, that sucks. I mean, that's frustrating. I get that. I mean, I understand that perspective, but I mean, all you can ask for is a seat at the table and try to make something of it. And I mean, yes, they haven't made anything of it, but then you've got to do more and get him some more pieces and some more parts to work with. I mean, he's put together a roster with mostly a bunch of guys that, kind of, I mean, he's got some stars. I mean, he's got Watt, but Watt gets hurt every season. And then, he's got a couple other guys on the defensive side of the ball, but they're all old. Offensively, he's got Aaron Rodgers this year. Rodgers sucked this year. He wasn't good at all. So he had one wide receiver, DK Metcalf, who's a complete nutcase. So, I mean, he's
to that though, who besides Andy Reid embraced the character flawed individual like Mike Tomlin did?
Oh, sure.
That's a superpower in itself. I can't remember way far back, but in my prime time, the 3Bs and then Burfitt and the Burfitt and Brown thing. I can't remember all the nut jobs that he had, but if you had character flaws, that's fine with Tomlin. He knows how to set it straight.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know, if I'm a franchise like the Cowboys, I fire Brian Schottenheimer today and give Mike Tomlin all the money that he wants and say, come to my franchise, come help us. Because if you can get us to the playoffs, woo, we're sky high.
Yo, Miami definitely fired Mike McDaniels to try and take a shot at Harbaugh.
Yes.
You want to talk about a culture shock that would be very welcome in Miami? A Mike Tomlin culture shock would straighten that roster up in no time.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, indeed. But I mean, there's probably 20 teams in the league that you could just hire and put Mike Tomlin on, and he would improve them. There's very few teams that have a good enough coach on them, probably outside of the ones that are remaining in the playoffs right now. The 8 teams that are remaining in the playoffs. Probably any other team. I mean, Dan Campbell and Kevin O'Connell and a couple other guys like that. But like I said, there's probably a good 20 teams in the league that you could all just put Tomlin on right away and be like, oh, well, we've just instantly made our team so much better. Congratulations. And so
Yeah.
I think
Imagine him in the black and silver in Vegas.
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
that'd be dope. I don't think he has any desire to go to Vegas and like that much of a rebuild, but
yeah, I don't think he's going to coach next season. I think he's going to take a year off. I think he'll take some time away, probably do some TV for somebody, NFL Network or something like that, or whatever. Or sit behind a desk with one of the other 100 people that sits behind a desk at any of these halftime shows now that have 20 people behind them as they sit there. I don't know how any of these guys. It's just a racket, but whatever.
Hey, Fox, replace a Steeler with a Steeler.
Yeah, that would be the.
We're past Terry Bradshaw's prime.
Yeah. So, you could have Gronk do the highlight reel reads now, and it would be just as funny as when Bradshaw does it. So he mispronounced names just like Bradshaw does. So, because Gronk can't read either, so it's fine.
Oh my God, Terry Bradshaw is too old to read. Gronk just can't read, and then Michael Strahan has his lisp, like.
Yeah.
And then the other guy's not going to do it. Like he's already.
Howie's not doing anything. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Howie's just not going to do it. He's just like, whatever, man. I'm not doing that stuff. So
sorry for catching strays, Fox, but
yeah. So there you go. Put Tomlin on there. Have Gronk do the reads. Be a great halftime show. So, but
that hits my funny bone just right in the right spot. Hearing Gronk do reads is the best.
Yeah, I mean, having Gronk do highlight reel reads, that would be pretty awesome. I gotta admit, I would enjoy that. So
not to get so far away from Tomlin.
That's okay, because now we're gonna put him on the set with all those guys, and it's fine. So, now if he ends up on the set with those guys, I'm gonna die laughing.
I would actually turn on Fox more often than CBS if that happened. Honestly, I very much prefer CBS because I'm that curmudgeon that likes the more serious but still kind of light. But like, I don't know, if it's not clear why I don't like Fox.
Yeah, no, I get it. So, but yeah, I think Tomlin's got his choice of jobs when he decides he wants to coach again. I don't think he'll have any problem finding a job anywhere that he wants to go. He'll be able to coach for virtually any franchise that he wants. Any franchise would be lucky to have him as a coach. Seems to be an outstanding human. He seems to be an outstanding coach. He seems to be a real player's coach. And all he does is bring success. And I would imagine that he's going to do that for any franchise that he starts for.
Absolutely. Like, change just needs to happen sometimes, but when you look at what Mike is able to do, set a winning culture, set troubled players straight, and he's not afraid to take them on. I don't know any player past or present that would have anything bad to say about him. Like, it sounded like it was an extremely somber day in Pittsburgh the other day when this happened. I don't know. Big changes. Really, really notable big changes this offseason.
Well, they got no coach. They got no quarterback. I mean, they got two of the biggest pieces of parts that you need for a team they don't have for next season. So good luck. I mean, they're going to be down bad next season. So the Browns might not be in the basement of that division next year.
Yeah. The Ravens still have a good roster. They just got to get the coach in there now.
Yeah, I mean, anybody's going to be able to come in and coach that roster, though. I mean, you got Lamar. Just like, here, Lamar, go do Lamar Jackson things. It's fine.
You got Lamar Jackson on one side and Kyle Hamilton on the other. You're going to be fine.
Yeah. So, I mean, it'll be interesting, but I don't know. I'm a big fan of Mike Tomlin as a coach. So
yeah, I am too. They are both going to be fine. They are both still making the Hall of Fame whenever they do retire for real.
Oh, yeah.
You can't take away this. The way this is ending today is not diminishing at all what they did. They both got rings and trophies to their cities. So much respect around the league. Like this doesn't diminish who they are in the respect. Like they're still phenomenal coaches.
Yeah.
They can do it. They'll do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to hate John Harbaugh and his stupid Ravens for his stupid Super Bowl trophy, but
yeah, my wife, when I was talking to my wife about it, she was like, "You do talk about the Ravens a lot," and I'm like, "Oops!" Like,
yeah, screw the Ravens.
There might just be a tad bit of resentment that's going on 14 years now.
Yeah. I'm not at all sad that they lost their coach. They can just burn in hell.
Can't win a Super Bowl with a 2-time MVP.
Yeah, that's right. Bite it.
Oh my God. Okay. That's that feels like a good stopping point. We're a little bit over, but I was gone for a week. I don't mind going over just a little bit.
The listeners and viewers get bonus time. I'm sure they're excited.
Oh, for sure. I don't owe it to you guys, but I like being on mic every now and then, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But we have to give a shout out to our other sponsor, our other great sponsor, Royal Retros. What is it? It is your go-to place to get yourself an authentic throwback jersey, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, any of the major sports that got you covered. The Candlestick collection is still there. It's curated with the Bay Area in mind. And so when you find something you like that's 49ers related, baseball Giants related, or anything for any sport or team, throw it in your cart and use the promo code Shady Sports. Now get you 10% off of your entire order, not just special items, not just select things. Your entire order, you get 10% off with the promo code Shady Sports. It helps us out. It helps out our awesome EP Sam and everybody in the Shady Sports Network. Again, promo code Shady Sports. You get 10% off of your entire order at royalretros.com. Go get yourself an authentic throwback jersey today. Oh, and that is not all, people. We are selling t-shirts. We started selling t-shirts because we were inspired. All of us, we were inspired by just this lack of accountability that's there when you compare owner punishments to player punishments. Players get in trouble, we find out, like, in the middle of them being arrested sometimes. But when it comes to owners, they just get away with things that come out way too long after the fact. The retribution's not even like that strong to them sometimes. Looking at Daniel Snyder, looking at Tepper, looking at, I mean, according to Dan Snyder, everybody's got some dirt, which doesn't surprise me. But that aside, owner standards need to be the same, if not higher, than player standards. That's why we have the hashtag down here, owner accountability. And to put our money where our mouth is, we are selling t-shirts, and all the proceeds of these shirts is going to Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, the women's shelter in Kentucky. We've had them on the show. It was a wonderful interview. They do wonderful work helping women and children in need to get out of abusive, dangerous situations. So all the proceeds from these shirts go to them. The first shirt here just has, we call it our standard logo shirt. It says owner standards over player standards, hashtag owner accountability. This one, you get a variety of colors to choose from. You pick your style, whether it's a short sleeve, long sleeve, hoodie, or a crew neck, and then your size. They're all made to order. All these shirts I'm about to show you. And the pricing starts at $22.99. And we are selling them through bonfire.com. The next shirt is our podcast cover art. You love this show. You want to rock it as a t-shirt. Our cover art, it's right there for you. Made to order. Again, pick your style and your size. And it'll get shipped right to you again through Bonfire. The next shirt is our alternate logo. This one has the goalposts and the peanuts on it. I personally think this looks best in red, but you got a couple color varieties on there. Made to order. Just pick your style and your size. And the last shirt is what I like to now call our minor league baseball alternate logo. It is a peanut with a bowl of nuts and his 49er glasses, hat and glasses. This week, very patiently and nervously waiting for us to have round 3 with Seattle and the divisional round. Again, the link to the Bonfire store is in the show notes, as well as a link to Mountain Comprehensive Care Center if you want just more information about them. Again, we don't want to make profit off these shirts. We just want you to have a cool shirt, support the show, and help some families in need and seen. Whew. Okay. Any last second? Actually, no, I'm going to hijack that.
Yeah, he's going to plug Indiana.
Dude, I get to. Give me one sec. There we go. Now I got my headphones back on. There we go. You knew this. You knew this was coming. You knew this was coming. The Natty is on Monday. If you didn't, if you weren't already excited enough that we had Saturday football and Sunday football for the playoffs, the wildest weekend in NFL historically, divisional weekend is the most exciting weekend of football. And I wholeheartedly agree with it. The most wild things happen in division weekend. After that, though, on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, not to take away from that, of course, we are also having the national title game where the Indiana Hoosiers are going to Miami to face technically a home crowd in Miami against the U, or the Miami University. They don't call themselves the U, right? I don't
Oh,
remember.
they do.
Okay. So we're going to go face Miami in Miami for the national title game. And Indiana's still 8.5-point favorites last I checked, as of this taping. And I don't know. I guess I'm more nervous in the sense that I just truly can't believe this is happening. This is just insane. I can't wait. And I wanted to hijack the news part for this just to put it out there, that Eric and I, we did our Indiana Ohio State bet, and I won it this time. He won it last year. And maybe this year I'll win the Natty too, like you won the Natty last year.
Yeah. More power to you. I hope you win. I'd like my team to have lost to the eventual national champions. That'd be all right by me.
That's what my dad would always say. If you're gonna lose, cheer for them to be the champion.
Yep.
And it's so rare. It's such a rare feeling because I'm not a Bama fan. I'm not a Patriots fan. I always end up cheering for underdogs. So I really just if I could just see, I saw the Cubs when I was born into a Cubs family. So of course I was thrilled when the Cubs won in 2016. And I'm passively a Giants fan, but that really didn't strike my heart quite like seeing our teams at least get to the Super Bowl and win NFC championships. But those aren't Super Bowls. I'm so excited. A team I truly love might actually win an actual national world championship. I fill in the adjectives. It's the Natty, but I cannot freaking wait. I hope this ages very well, not poorly. If I can have one, we're already playing with house money for the Niners, but that's why I'm putting this out there. This season's already been so good. If we get knocked out by Seattle, Indiana has been the bullies this year. We've never been the bullies. We've been the laughingstock of football until last year. If we can be rewarded for all this hardship with one trophy, pretty please, then we can go back to being terrible again and fire Signetti. I don't know. Just give us one national title that we can hang our hats on, that I can tell my grandkids, I saw Indiana when they finally became relevant in football.
Yeah.
Even if it's just the one time and the floor falls out. Let baby have his bottle once.
Yeah. Well, I think you got just as good a shot as anybody. So, I think you got you're favored by 8.5 points. So, clearly Vegas thinks that you got a great shot. So
we got the Heisman winner. We have a stout defense. Charlie Becker is coming on at the right moment, and that's with Surratt and our other receivers. We got the Heisman winner. We got Fernando Mendoza, who's been playing out of his mind. If he wins this game, he can say something that neither Joe Burrow or Trevor Lawrence can: have a truly undefeated season with the title and the Heisman. So kind of suck that. I just okay. I will get off my soapbox.
No, that's all right, man.
But
do your thing.
But yeah, that is to then say next week's first episode is going to be late because I don't want to tape during the national title game, and it's on Monday. So
yeah.
So next week's episode is going to be late. It's going to be Wednesday and Friday instead of Tuesday and Friday. So yeah, hopefully I will be fresh off a hangover from winning the title game and celebrating. And yeah, of course we'll recap our game as well. That's going to be the prime focus. But yeah, next week we're going to be Wednesday and Friday instead. For the national title game. It's so much football this weekend. It's going to be such a great weekend, dude.
I'm going to have to get one of those day pass things again so I can watch the national title game since it's on ESPN.
Oh man. Yeah, or just at this rate, you've needed so much. Well, I mean, after this, you might not. I was gonna say, just do the trial of Disney, like pay for ESPN for 1 month.
Nah. After this, I don't need it for anything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There's no more games on ESPN. There's nothing else on ESPN I care about for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's very
true. Football comes back. I can live without basketball and baseball, so it's fine.
Oh, and March Madness is not going to be on ESPN. They're always on the Turner channels.
Yeah.
And ABC.
Oh yeah, I miss CBS.
Oh yeah. It's a CBS and then the Turner channels like TNT, TBS.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll get it on
HBO.
They play it on HBO. So I get that on HBO.
HBO will have all of them except the CBS ones. But then, hey, there's a reason to get Paramount Plus.
I have Paramount Plus.
Hey. Well, hot damn, you're not going to miss any of March Madness, just like me.
Yep. I'll be set.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, when we temporarily transition from Niner nuts to March nuts, or
whatever we transition to in the off season. The off season is always just so awkward because it's a struggle for content.
Yeah, and we'll just surprise James whenever he's back from Europe. We'll just surprise him.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. This has been fun, guys. Hope you enjoyed this little bit of extra long episode. We'll be back on Wednesday, not Tuesday. Just don't forget that. Cheer loud and proud for, I guess, if you're a Miami fan, like I'm not, but yeah, our game again is Saturday at 8:00. Tom and Kevin are calling it, and yeah, this. It comes down to this. If we can do this, we can do anything. Though honestly, I will. That's how I will feel after the game.
A friend of mine and I were talking about it at work today, and he said he thinks that whoever wins between the Niners and the Seahawks will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens.
Could be. I mean, why not? With the way the rest of the season's gone, if we look at it as a big spectrum, like
yeah.
All right, our outro music is "River Road" by Justin Muth. Just beat the Seahawks, guys. Have a great weekend. We will see you on Wednesday.
Yep. Go Niners.
River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long. River Road, where have all the women gone? Have they kissed her hand and waved you bye-bye? Have they thought about crossing your double yellow lines? River Road, they love the way you whine and cry.